Hi guys, and welcome back to another fully operational video. We're back at the Gamers Nexus in the UK Essex regional for Star Wars LCG. This is round 3, game number 1, and our two players for this round, on the right we have Sam Pigden, and on the left we have Gary Elliott. So Gary's playing light side, and Sam looks like he's playing Sith. Sam I know quite well. He's a very good player based around London. I think he's got a couple of store championships and regionals from previous years under his belt. So he's a very worthy opponent, and had the pleasure of meeting Gary on the day. He's a great chap and looks like he's running yellow cards. So he is my friend. I love the yellow cards, and looks like he's starting Smugglers, running May the Force be with you for Yoda and the cheeky objective. Leia and Ties of Blood, and it looks like Dash's pod for the Smugglers, and Sam on the Dark Side Sith with 2 Executor Arrives and a Fall of the Jedi. So pretty classic Sith from Sam. Brings out a library and a turn 1 Mara. Always nice. She's got to worry about Kyle. Kyle will come out and focus her straight away, but might not be in Gary's deck, so maybe Sam's not too worried. Commits Mara and passes the turn, and Gary spends all his resources on a Luke, so he's not got any resources. That could slow him down in the late game, but for now, a lover's quarrel. Gary versus Sam, Luke versus Mara. And Luke swings. Luke has targeted strikes, so even if Mara doesn't block, but she does, she shields herself. Looks like Luke is swinging for an Executor there. Straight off the cuff. Looks like Gary's not messing around. He wants to get some objective damage on the table. Mara's not in too much danger. She's got plenty of health and she's got a shield. Luke doesn't do that much damage. 3, 4 for Sam. 4 for Gary, I think. Yeah. So Defender wins. Mara will strike for 2, and Luke will return the favour. Looks like Gary's considering an action. Oh, it's an interesting one. May the Force be with you and Core Luke. You really don't want Core Luke committed to the Force. He's not elite, so when he double taps and takes 2 focus when he strikes, being committed, that's painful for him. But what's also pretty painful is not committing Luke to the Force and then forgetting to refresh him. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Oh. Looks like Sam cracking on with his turn. There's a Vader. And with Luke not ready on the defense, look, I think Mara can swing in with targeted strike and just pick him off. And 1 more for lightsaber. Oh god, that is a painful turn. Both those mains have now got targeted strike. They don't need it. Sam decides they don't need it. Just chokes Luke. It's a pretty clinical start for Sam. Mara swings in, tries to get some objective damage on the board. Dealing with May the Force be with you. You can't blame him. Want that objective off the table as soon as you can. commits Vader. Locks down that fourth struggle. Let's see what Gary can do. Low rake. Looks like Gary's running some Wookiees. And there's a Wookiee warrior. So anyone who knows me knows I hate Chewbacca with a passion. So he can turn the tide of a game pretty quickly. Really makes the combat maths. Bit of a pain. So it looks like a loyal Wookiee there. I think Sam being a gentleman and letting Gary put a loyal Wookiee out when Luke dies. And 2 Wookiee warriors. You wouldn't believe it because of the glare, but they are there. So Vader dealing with a horde of Wookiees. Loyal Wookiee goes in. Looks like he gets an unopposed. And Gary passes the turn. Again, decided not to commit the loyal Wookiee there, just to free him up with May the Force. Sam draws into fresh new cards and discards a Night Sister. Five available. So, no Palpatine this turn unless you have a Holocron. Oh. 1, 2, 3 resources paid. Force Lightning the loyal Wookiee. So that goes away. And is he going to trigger Vader's reaction? Yep. It's always a painful one, that decision. You need to damage those Wookiees, but if you do, they get a bit harder in a fight to get some more combat icons. But you got to deal with them one way. Mara swings in, trying to finish off May the Force be with you. 1 Wookiee warrior comes for the defense.
When it's like, oh, no, both of them, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sam's got 2. And Gary's got 2 with a heat. So the heat takes the shield away. And I think the Wookiee kills Mara. So that's a nice little turnaround there. Obviously the Wookiee gains the extra icons from being damaged. So Mara gets her face ripped off by an angry Wookiee. And keeps the objective alive. Could that be the turning point that Gary needed? Sam is not backing off with this pressure. He's coming in with Vader. Looks like ties of blood. Vader targeted strikes that Wookiee into oblivion and gets an unopposed. So no defenders available for Sam, and looks like Gary's going to draw into a fresh set of cards. I can see a Leia in his hand, and I'm pretty sure he had another Lowrick as well, so there's some beefy characters that Gary can drop on the table. I think he's just struggling for resources. He's not ramped up from his original 4, and I can't help but think that if he'd have been on 5 or 6 by now, the draw just not gone his way. 3, 4. Is that Lowrick again? Yep. Wookiees for days. Lowrick, I believe, actually just gets better for every other Wookiee he's fighting with. Oh, Sam with the surprise defense plays a Rage, Balance of the Force is with him, so he can remove 2 focus from a committed unit. That's Vader. And here he comes for the defense. And with his lightsaber and 3 unit damage, he can one-shot either of these 2 boys. Gary doing a great job of whittling these objectives down there. The dial's only at 5, so the more damage Gary can get on these objectives might just give him a chance in these later turns. Lorik gets a couple objective off, and the Wookiee warrior is opposed by Vader. No messing about, straight into the edge battle there. Vader doesn't really need to win this. I think he'll kill the Wookiee either way. Oh, but with Palpatine he probably will win. The heat does a damage to Vader, but then 5 icons. Sam wins the edge battle pretty convincingly. Vader will tap out, go home. There we go, and Lorik on the defense and wins the Force. Slows that dial down. Great play from Gary there. Halfway through his victory condition, those objectives are looking pretty bruised. Is Sam going to keep this pressure up, or is he... will he slow down for the first time this game? It looks like he's got a resource out. A few more libraries. 4 resources for Rancor. Hello. Core set goodness. I believe that's the Shadows of Dathomir pod. So that's that Rancor every turn when Sam refreshes will eat and just completely destroy the lowest cost non-vehicle on the board, which more often than not is a 2 or 3 cost, you know, Yoda. So, and it's got so much unit damage. That Rancor is a beast. You do not want to. Literally, it's a beast. It's a creature, but you do not want to attack it. It can pretty much one-shot any unit in the game. Such a good blocker and a great mid-game unit for Sam there. Looks like Vader swinging. It's got targeted strikes, so Lorik has to block. Seeds versus... is that Heart of the Wookiee? Can't quite tell. So Vader wins that nicely, gets rid of the objective. May the Force be with you that no one wants to see. Target strikes Lorik and goes home. The Rancor takes the Force. I think the technical term there is LOL. And U-turn for Gary. There's Lorik's objective. I believe it's just a 5-2. Nothing too special. There's a dash. And a Leia. And a Yoda, I believe. Looking at the number of Force icons there. And still no resources for Gary. I'm trying to think how many resources are actually in that deck. There's a couple. There's certainly some in the Ties of Blood with the Ewok Village Hut. And that's not its name, but that's basically what it is. But you've got to worry. Whatever unit you play out here, that Rancor is going to eat it. So... this... some hard decisions here for Gary. Yeah, pointing at the Rancor, it's looking hungry. Three for Yoda. Now there's an answer for the Rancor. If the Rancor does block, Yoda's got unit damage equal to the Death Star dial, which would be 7 right now. So he would kill the Rancor if it blocks. So Yoda on Executor arrives for a few damage with unopposed, puts a focus on Vader. So Vader will stay locked out for a while. But I think when Gary passes the turn, Rancor will eat Yoda. There we go. Nom nom. Not a huge meal for the Rancor. It's only a tiny little Jedi Master, but it's a good breakfast. It's a good way to start the day. A Yoda a day keeps the Doctor away. 8 resources for Sam. Don't play the Executor. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, Sam. 2 for a guard. Nice alt art royal guard there. 6 Palpy. Palpatine, the man himself. I think Sam just checking his discard pile, see what events are in there, because I think he can swing in with Palpy. Destroy Ties of Blood. Yep, that's a great play from Sam. And destroy an objective. Sam, like a champ, remembering Palpatine's trigger. And gets a Force Choke back. I thought he'd go for a Rage, if I'm honest. But a Force Choke was the choice. Wins the Balance of the Force with that Rancor. And passes the turn to Gary. Now, I think the dial is on 11. So Gary's got to do some work here. Some of those objectives looking close to death, but with only 4 resources to play with. I don't know how many answers Gary's going to find. He draws a fresh set of cards. Still Leia. Leia's in hand, and a dash as well. There's dash. Got 1 resource open. Gary reacts with a lightsaber deflection. So Dash will only take the damage from the Vader reaction there. Gary keeping 1 resource open for something, which is always a worry when you're playing the yellow cards. Could he have a swindled? No, he plays out enhancement there. Dash swings in for one of the Executor arrives. And it looks like the Rancor and the Guard are blocking, so this is Gary's last chance. They're all in on the edge battle. Looks like 6v6, so Gary... I think Gary gets an Echoes and uncommits the Rancor there, but the Rancor is just going to strike and eat Dash, and I think that's game. Yep. Great, quick the game there from Gary and Sam. I mean, the dial raced up to 11 and then will tick up to 12 at the start of Sam's next turn. I think the resources was just the struggle there. Just Gary did not see any resources all game, and you can see how that hampered him. But a great game there from both players. Good to see these guys on camera and catch their play. Join us again for game number 2. We'll see these guys switch sides and see what Gary brings to the table with the dark side, and see Sam's light side deck as well. So stay tuned for game number 2. Thanks for watching.